I'm Dave Costello, Associate Professor in the Biology Department at Kent State University. Today we're taking a virtual field trip of West Creek, which is in near Cleveland, Ohio, and it's part of the Cuyahoga River watershed. We're really interested in showing you the stream today because West Creek has a history of human impairment, and recently there's been a really strong push to try and improve the water quality and improve the flow of water through this stream through a series of restoration practices, green infrastructure on the landscape, and overall improved awareness of what's happening and how people are connected to the watershed.
Hi, I'm Ann Jefferson. I'm an Associate Professor in Geology at Kent State.
Hi, I'm Lauren Kinsman Costello, and I'm an Assistant Professor in the Biology Department at Kent State University.
I'm Andrew Glenn. I'm a graduate student in the Ecology program at Kent State.
Hi, I'm Clara Costello. I'm a kindergartner at Holden Elementary. I'm Alice Costello.
So we're here in West Creek, and geologically and geomorphically, this creek kind of exemplifies some of the streams in this region and in the Great Lakes region in general, because what we have is this history of glaciation and glacial till, which is this real mixture of everything from clay-sized to boulder-sized rocks being deposited all over the landscape. And then since the glaciers have retreated, the streams have been trying to work through all of that material, and in some cases eventually cut down to the original bedrock in the area. This region is characterized by till deposited on top of the bedrock, and wow, is that a really just beautiful contact there between what's clearly till or alluvium on top of the shale bedrock. So West Creek is really cool, particularly in this reach, because it's what we call a mixed bedrock alluvial stream. We can see it's all alluvium, it's all sediment, a real range of sizes over there, some natural materials, some anthropogenic materials because it's an urban stream, a lot of nice platy shale grains. Then we actually move into this fairly low velocity, at least at low flow, part of the channel, and you can see it continues to be alluvium. But as we come over towards the bowweg, so here the stream has had enough energy to scour down to bedrock, and as the flow drops and this bed is moving around, this part doesn't get sediment deposited on it the way just a foot over. Now I'm fully on a sediment veneer on top of the rock. There's shale down here someplace, but it's all alluvium as a cover. And so again, this is very typical of what we call a mixed bedrock alluvial stream. And if we were in different parts of this stream, upstream, downstream, we might be fully alluvial or we might be fully bedrock. So we're here today as part of what we call the STORMS project, which is Stream Outcomes Resulting from Management of Stormwater. This is funded by NSF's Environmental Sustainability Program, and it's a really unique interdisciplinary project because what we're trying to do is go all the way from understanding how communities make decisions about managing stormwater, what sort of designs do they use, where do they go in the watershed, through to how does that change the hydrology, how does that change the peak flows and how quickly the stream rises and falls, and then connect that to water quality. So we're looking at turbidity and dissolved oxygen as a measure of ecosystem health. And so we're trying to go all the way from the people through to the ecosystems via the engineering and hydrology, which has made this a really fun project to work on. Lots of great interdisciplinary learning and conversations as part of our team.
At West Creek, we have an array of sensors we're using to monitor water quality. This includes a conductivity sensor, a turbidity sensor, and a dissolved oxygen sensor. We go out about monthly to check these sensors, download data, reset them in the stream if need be, and just check on their overall status. Downstream of where we place our sensors, there's a USGS gauge that is continually monitoring stage height so we can get discharge to pair with our data on water quality. This sensor array we have here in West Creek is paired with more sensor arrays that are in 2 other streams in Cleveland. and then 3 streams in urban settings in Metro Denver. So with all 6 of these streams, we're hoping that we can understand how water quality responds to stormwater management action within these metropolitan areas.
Here we are at the Cleveland Metroparks Watershed Stewardship Center, which is part of the Cleveland Metroparks West Creek Reservation. West Creek is a highly urban watershed, so that means that stormwater mitigation is a high priority in this watershed. So one thing that the Cleveland Metroparks and other managers in the area think a lot about is stormwater infrastructure, green infrastructure, and features that can be used to mitigate stormwater quantity and stormwater quality. One of those features that is sometimes enhanced or built is a wetland. So what you're looking at here is a relatively dry wetland that was originally constructed as mitigation for construction of the Watershed Stewardship Center building, which also houses several other green infrastructure components. My lab group has been studying this wetland and a couple of wetlands connected to it explicitly to think about how wetlands work in urban landscapes. And we're learning a lot from this system and the other systems like it. We're learning that salt concentrations from road salt and other forms of anthropogenic activities that lead to elevated salt concentrations are affecting wetlands like this and might be influencing their ability to treat nutrients. We're learning that the ways that humans manage wetlands like these, such as by controlling the water level, using things like this water level control structure, influence the way that the wetland functions. Whether or not a board is in there determines whether or not the wetland will fill and spill into a downstream wetland or fill and retain whatever's in it. And so depending on your goals for that particular ecosystem or the watershed, that human management decision can have large implications. The work that we're doing here is supported by the Cleveland Metroparks and the West Creek Conservancy, and them and a lot of other partners have been really helpful in helping us determine what the goals should be and effective ways to monitor systems like this.
And this is like a cool rock. And this is like a dinosaur. And this is like a culture. And this is like a rock.